Can I tell you a secret?
We all have our favorite fast food restaurant of choice. Within those hallowed grounds of comfort food, we also have our favorite items to order. But what happens when those items disappear from the menu? Never fear, as there are a few tricks and tips to enjoy your favorite foods once again. Here are 10 discontinued fast food items you can still order, Part 2.
Yo, Rico! I'll take 300 orders! To go!
Hey!
Fully loaded nachos. Taco Bell.
Sorry, dude, I was just so excited. Nachos cause excitement.
When you hear the words fully loaded in a sentence, you instantly know two things. One, it's going to be bad for you, and two, it's going to be absolutely awesome. That's exactly what we got with Taco Bell's fully loaded nachos. These bowls of comfort heaven were released in the winter of 2008, and unfortunately, it was only a limited run, and Taco Bell stopped the fully loaded nachos in early 2009. The fully loaded nachos came in a bowl made out of tortilla chips. That's right, you could eat the bowl and all. Anyone looking to recreate this nacho delight can do so fairly easily. Order a Fiesta taco salad, which also comes in a tortilla edible bowl. Then comes the beef, which must be doubled up. Then just get rid of the lettuce, rice, and tomatoes, and swap the cheese for a 3-cheese mix and nacho cheese. It may not be quite the same, but it's close enough for us all to get messy and enjoy it.
Tastes so good.
Yumbo, Burger King.
Would anyone like some BK?
Okay, so we admit that this is a bit of a strange choice, but we can't help but be a little out there sometimes. The Yumbo is essentially a ham sandwich. Simple, right? Well, not quite. Although the sandwich itself is pretty simple, the Yumbo found itself at the center of controversy. The reason for this is because no one could remember this sandwich ever existing. So much so that in 2014, social media started buzzing that Burger King had actually made this sandwich up for a nostalgic reason.
Who would do that? And why?
We have to admit that the Yumbo does have a real 70s vibe to it. However, the sandwich was real, and Burger King really did sell it way back when. So in 2014, Burger King brought it back, for a limited time only, of course. But the Yumbo is easy enough to enjoy. All you have to do is go to a Burger King at breakfast time when they serve ham and cheese, and just ask for it on a sesame seed bun with salad. Simple.
I can use that.
Nacho Crunch Grilled Stuffed Burrito, Taco Bell.
I'm gonna buy this burrito, Durs, and then I'm gonna eat it.
Today's world can be complicated, so it is so nice and refreshing when something is just simple, and that simplicity comes in the form of Taco Bell's stuffed menu. We look at the menu and know that all items are stuffed with delicious Taco Bell goodness. Perfect. The Nachos Crunch Grilled Stuffed Burrito was one such item. Having a limited run from 2005 to 2006, this burrito came fully stuffed with a double portion of beef, sour cream, nacho cheese, tomatoes, and crunchy red tortilla strips.
That sounds so good. That just sounds so good.
How we miss this crunchy burrito so much. But never fear, this is a burrito that is easy to put together. The first thing to do is order the beefy nacho griller from your local Taco Bell. Then just add extra beef, or you can change the beef for steak if you want that extra meat injection. All that's left is to add sour cream and tomatoes, and you have a near-perfect Nacho Crunch Grilled Stuffed Burrito.
I love you, everything burrito.
Big Bacon Classic, Wendy's.
I can't think of anything more noble to go to war over than bacon and eggs.
During the 1980s, Wendy's was trying hard to compete with the big fast food names such as McDonald's and Burger King. In order to match their famous burgers, especially Burger King's Whopper, Wendy's launched the Big Classic.
Unreal! An instant classic!
Fast forward to the 1990s, and Wendy's relaunched the Big Classic by adding bacon and renaming it the Big Bacon Classic. The burger was a big hit for Wendy's. However, a few years later, and Wendy's was at the rebranding again, and the Big Bacon Classic was gone from the menu and replaced with the Baconator. As part of their Back to Basics initiative, Wendy's Baconator didn't quite have that same old-fashioned feel to it that Wendy's cheese was built on, whereas the Big Bacon Classic did.
Have I lost touch with my roots?
So, for everyone craving a Big Bacon Classic, just order the Baconator, or the equivalent bacon burger of the time, ask for extra salad, which they will either put in the bun for you or give it to you on the side. McDLT. McDonald's.
No McDonald's anywhere makes a McDLT anymore.
Firstly, put your hands up, all those who remember McDonald's McDLT. For all of you that don't remember, the McDLT was essentially a cheeseburger. However, the twist with this was that the burger came separately. The McDLT was sold in a polystyrene container with two halves. One half had the hot food, the meat patties and the top part of the bun, while the other side had the cold foods. The idea was that keeping the ingredients separate would make the burger taste better and stay fresher.
It's actually ingenious.
No one wants wilted lettuce, after all. Then, of course, comes the fun of putting it all together, like Lego you can eat. Unfortunately, the McDLT was discontinued in the late 90s as people started to become more aware of the world around them and the impact we have. McDonald's felt that all that polystyrene wasn't a good thing.
I know that we're all concerned about the environment.
But if you are craving a little nostalgia and want to enjoy a McDLT again, McDonald's has all the ingredients. All you have to do is order a quarter pounder and then ask for lettuce, tomato, and mayo on the side, and then just enjoy the build. Cheesy Tots. Burger King.
You like cheese?
I love cheese.
It's no wonder that Burger King had a big hit on their hands with their version of tater tots, the Cheesy Tots. For years, Burger King delighted fans with their Cheesy Tots, which were the same as tater tots, but with an added bonus of cheese. However, one day in 2009, the Cheesy Tots vanished from the menu without explanation.
What? No, come back here.
As you can imagine, people weren't happy about this. Social media lit up with angry Cheesy Tot fans, and Facebook soon had a Bring Back Cheesy Tots page. For quite a while after the Tots became discontinued, people started to mash up fries and cover them in cheese. That's not quite Cheesy Tots, but we love that ingenuity and spirit. However, it has now become clear that Burger King has listened to the people, as Cheesy Tots are back in Burger King stores. The last time they re-released Cheesy Tots, they added bacon, which was a nice addition.
Whoa.
Can we have some?
Twister Wrap, KFC.
Hey kid, they say you're looking for some KFC.
Life is constantly changing in the fast food world. Not only are you serving millions of people daily, but you have to keep up with what is popular and what isn't. Not only that, but the fast food giants have to be aware of the growing number of issues with health and allergies. Because of this, fast food menus are constantly changing and adapting to what they think the public wants. Sometimes this can be a good thing, as we suddenly get a nice surprise on the menu, and we fall in love with a new mealtime favorite. Sometimes, however, this can be bad, as our once favorite food has either disappeared, been discontinued, or worse, has been changed.
You know it's true. No, it can't be true.
The replacements these restaurants offer us instead pale in comparison to the original item. The KFC Twister Wrap was a popular choice for so many people. That is, until they discontinued it completely. Unfortunately, there is no life hack here in the US, as all traces of this tasty snack have been removed from KFC menus. However, if you find yourself across the border, you can still pick up a Twister Wrap in Canada, as they still sell them. Even in the UK, they messed with the Twister Wrap. Although they didn't discontinue it completely, they changed the filling and added coleslaw. But for the US, the Twister Wrap is now a distant memory. But we can still treat ourselves if we vacation in Canada or the UK.
What? But I already bought my ticket to Bermuda.
Arch Deluxe, McDonald's.
Sorry, it's not for kids.
It's funny how nostalgia can taint certain memories. That's exactly what's happening with the McDonald's Arch Deluxe burger. Often considered one of the greatest flops in fast food history, the Arch Deluxe burger was part of an adults-only range that McDonald's had during the 90s. The burger, which consisted of a quarter-pound burger patty, salad, bacon, and that special mustard mayo sauce, was designed to bring in a more grown-up clientele to the otherwise family-friendly McDonald's.
Hello!
other grown-up.
The burger was a monumental failure, so the burger was pulled pretty quickly. However, just as with many things in popular culture, things have a way of coming back around and becoming desirable again. The Arch Deluxe burger is finally having its moment, as quite a few people out there are longing for another taste. Recently, McDonald's has been adding to their taste menu and has introduced burgers like the Arch Burger, which is an updated version of the Arch Deluxe burger, and they've been testing them out on the market in limited locations.
We gots to get it.
Chicken sandwich, Popeyes.
The only bird I like is in a chicken sandwich.
Who can forget the 2019 Great Chicken Sandwich debate? It wasn't just a debate either. It was a mad rush and panic to get a hold of Popeye's chicken sandwich. No one could have predicted exactly what would happen when Popeyes released a new sandwich. Popeyes wanted to add more to their menu, so they released a classic chicken sandwich for a month-long promotional special. It's fair to say that everyone went nuts for it. Soon, social media picked up on the chicken vibe, and people started to debate which chicken sandwich was better, the new Popeyes one or the ever-popular Chick-fil-A. Surprisingly, it was Popeyes that was winning the battle.
You wanna see what I'm made out of?
The general consensus was that Popeye's chicken sandwich was simple yet delicious. The people liked it so much that Popeyes ran out in 2 weeks.
How you gonna say you got chicken and you ain't got no chicken? You knew y'all was gonna do this for a year!
Needless to say that a lot of people couldn't get their hands on the much talked about chicken sandwich. Well, for all those people who couldn't get one, luck may be on your side. Popeyes re-released this chicken sandwich on Sunday, November 3rd, 2019, and all Popeyes fans rejoiced. Incidentally, Chick-fil-A is famously closed on Sundays. I don't think that is a coincidence. More of a dig at their chicken rivals. Anything. Starbucks.
I did a lot of stuff today. I went to Starbucks.
We may be stretching the anything slightly here, so we will change that to most things. And by that, we are only talking about drinks. Everyone has a favorite season of the year. Whatever the reasons you have for choosing a perfect season, one of our reasons is the seasonal drinks at Starbucks. These seasonal coffees can really make our day.
These taste pretty good, but they smell amazing. Like, I would wear it as a scent.
But wait, we hear you cry. These drinks are seasonal, and I want an eggnog latte, and I want it now. Well, you may be in luck. According to many of the staff, most drinks can be made at any time of the year.
That's not what? Is that true?
Admittedly, some locations don't keep all the spices in their store all year round, especially not the smaller ones. But a lot of Starbucks do, and if you ask an experienced barista to mix certain flavors together in order to get something that resembles your favorite drink, then they should gladly do it for you. Order up more by staying right here. Just tap on our next great video and show us some love by hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell to join our notification squad so you never miss out.